Hello everyone, my name is Mahima Rani. I'm from Polytechnic Institute of Australia. So today we are going to present our presentation, which is on basis of our assessment of economic for managers. So in this presentation, we are total 5 group members: Mahima Rani, Shivani, Amanpreet Kaur, and Kirtiman. So now I'm going to explain my first topic of this assignment, which is of introduction. So Australia is one of the country in the Western world that has managed the enjoy recession-free economic growth for almost 29 years. But due to the outbreak of COVID-19, the economy was hardly hit. COVID-19 related restrictions like border closure, standstill of the production, other travel restrictions has brought tremendous economic challenges. The economy has entered into recession after a long period of time, but the government and RBA has timely addressed the potential economic impact and promptly taken the measure to accelerate the pace of economic recovery. With the appropriate fiscal and monetary measures, Australia has shown a solid recovery. So now I'm going to explain the business cycle. As per this graph, a business cycle is com- comprised with 4 main phases, which is expansion, peak, contraction, and trough. The expansion phase is consistent with household demand for more goods and services and enhancement of business activity. And during the expansion phase, consumption expenditure increase and the price level is likely to rise. The phase end with the peak in economy activity. In the contraction phase, household demand fewer goods and services and production level falls. This phase also ends with thaw of economic activity. So now I'm going to explain the COVID-19 causes economic fallout in Australia. So as per this graph, there is a GDP cumulative contribution to change from December quarter 2019. The economic recession occurs during June 2020. Actually, GDP fall by approximately 7% in the second quarter of 2020, following a small fall of 0.3% in the first quarter. According to microeconomics, the economy enters into a technical recession with negative for 2 consecutive quarters. The above chart further illustrate that the sharp fall of household consumption along with GDP. Though GDP has recovered well even in the third quarter, household consumption takes a longer time to revive, as shown in the above chart. So this is my part. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to hand over to Shivani.
Hi everyone, my name is Shivani. My student ID is 20234356. Today my topic is COVID-19 impact on Australian DGP. Australian GDP was heavily affected by the outbreak of COVID-19, resulting in two large fall in GDP, reflecting in economic recession after long 30 years. The falls of economic output occurs during the height of COVID-19 restriction across Australia. Business activity come to a standstill. Service sector was worst hit by the pandemic, but the economic downturns prevalence for a limited period of time. While in the second quarters there was a sharp fall in GDP, in rebounds back in the third and consecutive quarters. So now I'm discussing COVID-19 impact on labor market. The above chart show the change in unemployment rate by age between the time period of March to September 2020. This is the time period when the COVID-19 impact was intense. Overall, the unemployment rate has significantly increased, but in various across the age group. The above chart show that the age group of 15 to 24 years has suffered the most, with highest rise in employment rate from 11.6% in March to 14.5% in September 2020, followed by the age group of 25 to 34, where the unemployment rate has increased from 4.7% to 7.3%. Now I'm discussing about COVID-19 impact on businesses. Businesses across the size and scale are heavily impacted by the outbreak of COVID 19. It has been estimated that 71% of small businesses by employment size was reported that revenue has been decreased. Revenue has also been dropped for 78% of medium business that has employed 20 minus 199 persons, and 73 of large businesses that has employed 200 and more employees. Overall, the revenue has been decreased for 72% for all businesses, while revenue remain in the same for 22% of businesses, and 7% for all businesses have unfortunately experienced an increase in revenue. So there is the end of my topic. Now my friend Aman will discussing next topic.
Hello everyone, my name is Amanpreet Kaur and my ID is 20234888. My topic is Monetary Policy Response by RBA. RBA has put a set of comprehensive monetary policy to lower the funding cost and support the supply of credit in the economy. RBA cash rate has been reduced to 0.25% at March 2020 and further reduced to historical low level at 0.1% in November 2020. Lower cash rate will lower the cost of borrowing and thereby support the household and business. RBA has also acknowledged that low interest rate for a longer period of time has some negative consequences, especially for those who are relying on interest income. But the community has all will benefited with the low interest rate, particularly during the COVID-19 period. So my next topic is measures taken by Australian government. So at the onset of COVID-19, global economic outlook remains uncertain with many countries experiencing devastating economic downturn. The government promptly addresses the economic consequences of COVID-19 and acted quickly. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, Australian government has announced a package of total $198 billion with a breakup of $184 billion in economic response and $14 billion health response measures. The government has extended the JobKeeper program, introduced the childcare and committed additional funding the sport to support the economy from disruptions caused by the pandemic. Thank you so much. Now my friend Kirti will discuss the next topic.
Kirti, please unmute.
Okay. So, hi everyone. Here I am student of Polytechnical Institute Australia, and my student ID is 20235366. And today, my topic in this assignment is for measures taken by the Australian government and Australian at the outset of the COVID-19 global economic outlook remain uncertain, with many countries experiencing devastating economic downturn. The government promptly addresses the economic consequences of COVID-19 and acted quickly. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, um, Australian government has announces a package of total 198 billion with a breakup of 184 billion in economic responses and 14 billion health responses measures. The government has extended the JobKeeper program, introduced the childcare, and committed additional funding to support the economy from the disruption caused by the pandemic. And after that, I have the here topic of impact of policy formulation. And in that, COVID-19 has severely affected the economic activity of Australia because of the pandemic related restrictions. There was a sharp fall in economic activity. Most of the business, especially accommodation, food, transportations, airlines, and all all come to a complete halt. In response, the Government Reserve Bank of Australia has implemented an array of measures to support business activities and protect the job of millions of Australians. There was countless predictions regarding the outlook of Australian community aftermath of COVID-19, but the economy has rebounded well with a robust recovery. And here are the conclusion. I have reached to the conclusion. COVID-19. Australia has slipped into the economic recession in 2020 caused by the pandemic. After 29 years, the economic fallout is reflected by the slowdown of economic activity, shrink in economic output, increase in unemployment rate, sharp fall in production and business activity. But Reserve Bank of Australia and Australian government provide massive support with the effective policy formulation to boost economic activity. To conclude, Australia has weathered out the recession caused by the COVID-19 better than developed nations. So thank you. This is all, and this is the end of my presentation and this assignment. And
Thank you so much to all team members. So this is our references, which on the basis of references we made our presentation. So this is our last part of our presentation. Thank you so much. Hope you will like our video. Thank you so much.